Hi everyone, it's Kara here from Boho, and I am pretty excited today because I get to share my NaNoWriMo journal with you. So you're seeing a screen recording here instead of my hands because I thought it would be better if you could see everything a little bit more clearly. And for those of you that don't know what NaNoWriMo is, it's actually short for National Novel Writing Month. And the goal or the idea is to write a 50,000 word first draft of a novel in 30 days during the month of November. So this will be my 4th year participating in NaNoWriMo. I started back in 2016, and I am technically a NaNoWriMo rebel because I've been working on the same exact novel for the last 4 years. So I just want to take you on a little tour inside my NaNoWriMo journal. I decided to do this digitally because it's really easy to drag and drop in images when I'm doing research, and just having everything available at a quick glance on my iPad is really helpful for me. So before we get into this too far, I do want to say that this digital journal is available for free. If you are in our Bohoberry NaNoWriMo group on Facebook or our Bohoberry Digital Planners group on Facebook, I have links in there where you can find this digital planner for free. And I will have links down below to those Facebook groups if you want to join in the fun. So here on my very first page, I have put my novel cover as the cover of my journal. And on the left-hand side, I have a few blank sheets of paper that I can use throughout if I want to use a dot grid, lined, graph, or blank paper. And then my very first page is my calendar. So on the left, I have October, and on the right, I have November. So I've written in some important dates here, and these mostly just help me know, around Thanksgiving, my birthday, my husband's birthday. I'm probably gonna have some days where I'm not writing as much, so it'll kind of help me plan around that. The following page I have is my word count tracker, and I'm gonna turn on my little laser pointer here, but we have this whole area right here is my graph. So this is where I'm going to be tracking my actual word count. So every day I will come in and mark a little dot at however many words I wrote, and then eventually this will become a line graph that hopefully will go up and up and up all the way to 50,000 this year. On the left hand side I have my rewards. So I have a reward at 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, and then 50. And on the right hand side, I have my little bookshelf, and I've colored everything in here except for the books, because there happen to be 30 books on this shelf, one for each day of the month. So my plan is to color one of these books in for each day that I write during the month of November. And for those of you who are not digital planners, this word count tracker is available for free in our resource library. So if you're interested in printing this out to use in your own journal, you can absolutely do that. I'll have a link down below where you can join our email list and get access to that free resource library. All right, next up is my resources. Right now, I just have a few resources in here. One is my master outline, and this is kind of what I've been following from the very beginning to outline my novel. And it's a great resource from betternovelproject.com. And this is how I'm working through it. So I'm only going to show you the first page because I don't want to give away too much of my novel here. But on the left-hand side, I have the master outline, the hero's journey. And again, it's from betternovelproject.com. She has based this master outline on 3 popular books or series, which are Harry Potter, The Hunger Games, and Love It or Hate It, Twilight. So I'm using this basic outline here on the left, and on the right hand side I'm actually filling in details based on my own novel and characters. So you'll notice here hero trait, intro heroes, age, body type, hair color, eye color through meaningful description, and on the right hand side I have the actual description of my character right over here. So I'm doing this for every single element of the outline. Yes, it is taking a really long time, but it's really helping me to kind of hash out things that I haven't quite gotten to yet in my novel. Another resource I have is some information on different personality types. I love to take a Myers-Briggs personality assessment for each one of my main characters so I can really kind of get to know them a little bit better. And actually, let me write in, if I can zoom. I'm going to write in the website here. It's www.16personalities.com. And that's a free assessment. It's really fun to take both for yourself and for your characters. And I don't do this for every single character in my book, but I do like to do it for my main characters, again, just so I can get to know them a little bit better. All right, so speaking of characters, we're going to move on to that tab now. And this is my character index. Now, I do have all of my characters pretty much hashed out in Scrivener, which is the app I use to organize my novel. However, I wanted to put them in here, and I just started working on this, so I just have my main character. Her name is Desdemona. She goes by Des or Desi, and she was born in the year 2526. So as you can tell, my novel is set way in the future. For those of you that have followed along with my NaNoWriMo experience, you probably know the basic gist of my novel. For those of you that are new, though, my novel is essentially a science fiction book set 500 years in the future, and science has determined at this point in time that reincarnation is real, it exists, and there's an annual ceremony called the Grasp where everyone at the age of 25, when their brains are fully developed, take a pill, and that pill unlocks their past memories or their past lives. In a nutshell, without giving too much away, my character Des is slightly different than everybody else. She has a few special skills and traits, and that gets her into quite a bit of trouble. And chaos ensues from there. So that is my general gist for my novel, but for my character sketches here, I have a bunch of information about each character, their personality type. I still have to come in and fill out all this other information for her and for my other main characters. The next section is relationships, and I don't have anything filled in here yet, but I basically want to have a page of connections between characters. Are their relationships good? Are they bad? What struggles do they have, etc. After that, we have our timeline. And for my timeline, this won't give too much away. Okay. This is my pre-book timeline here on the left. So this is the history of what has happened before our book begins. And then on the right-hand side, I'm going to start to hash out the timeline for my book or books themselves, because I'm hoping to make this a trilogy if I can ever get through finishing the first book. And then my next section is world, and world building is something that I just love. I can get lost in research. The main setting of my book, my first novel, is old, abandoned, or closed subway stations in New York City. So I've done a lot of fun research on actual abandoned and closed subway stations in New York. I've got some fun facts about the New York City subway, and I found this really cool article about the secrets of Grand Central Station as well, which I thought had some really cool, interesting facts in it. I also have some maps of New York City. It does help that I'm pretty familiar with New York City, living so close, but I like to be very thorough in my research. So I have my main map over here on the left of Manhattan. I have all of the boroughs over here on the right, and a little map of the New York City subway system. Up next, we have the encyclopedia. So my encyclopedia is going to be, because I don't have anything filled in yet, kind of a dictionary of all of the objects and symbolism within my books. So just like I have information on all of my characters and the world itself, I want to have an index of, special objects. Maybe they have special powers. Maybe there's certain symbols that have special meaning. So I'm going to have all that information in here. And then finally, I have a notes and miscellaneous section. And I actually just spent some time this morning adding in my badges from the NaNoWriMo website. So on the left-hand side here, I have all of my writing badges that I hope to earn during the month of November. And then on the right-hand side, I have the self-awarded badges. So I've already awarded myself the planner badge because, let's face it, I'm a planner. I also awarded myself the Tell the World badge because I have announced my novel. Also merch, because I am a sucker for all the NaNoWriMo t-shirts and posters and all that stuff. I buy them every year. And then finally, I awarded myself the Rebel badge, because technically the goal of NaNoWriMo is to write a new novel. However, I'm still working on the same one that I started back in 2016. So that makes me a giant rebel. And that is it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this. I still have a lot of work to do prepping for the rest of October before NaNoWriMo actually kicks off on the 1st. I feel like this might be the year that I feel like I've finally put an exclamation point on the book that I'm writing right now. And who knows, maybe next year I might be able to start writing book number 2 in the series. Again, all the links that I mentioned in this video are down below for you. If you have any questions whatsoever, let me know down below. I'll be more than happy to join in down there. And please, please, please come join us in the Boho NaNoWriMo group. We're already starting to have great conversations and getting excited about putting our pens to paper, so to speak, come November 1st. All right, y'all. I'll see you next week. Bye.